Now difficult words from page number 51. Plunge means to push into something quickly. Emigrated means leave one's country in order to settle permanently in another country. Plunked into means put down in a casual way. Solomon means formal and dignified. Students, we move to the next paragraph. Since no one would understand a word of my stories to Kitty, if I were to plunge means to jump right in, I would better provide a brief sketch of my life, much as I dislike doing so. As I told that and Frank, she was not having any true friend, but she wanted to share her feelings and her thought in her diary Kitty. And she knew that if she directly just push something quickly, she directly write something in her diary, no one would understand a single word of it. Then what she decided, she would better provide a brief sketch of her life and her family in her diary, and that thing she disliked the most. Then she started, my father, the most adorable father I've ever seen. He didn't marry my mother until he was 36 and she was 25. My sister Margot was born in Frankfurt in Germany in 1926. I was born on 12th June 1929. Here she had given the brief sketch of her life, of her family. She told that her father, the most adorable father she had ever seen. She loved her father very much. And she said that her father didn't marry her mother until he became 36 and her mother 25. And she was having one sister, Margot. She was born in Frankfurt in Germany in 1926 and she was born on 12th June 1929. I lived in Frankfurt until I was 4. Till he was 4, she lived there in Frankfurt only. And after that, her father emigrated. Emigrated means to leave one's country in order to settle permanently in other country. To Holland. Permanently, her father shifted to Holland in 1933. And her mother, Edith Hollander Frank, she went with him to Holland in September, while Margot and I were sent to Aachen to stay with our grandmother. She said that her father shifted to Holland in 1933 and her mother went with him. And she and her sister Margot, they were sent to Aachen to her grandmother. Then Margot, she went to Holland in December and I followed in February, when I was plunked down on the table as a birthday present for Margot. She said that Margot, she was also sent to Holland in December and she went there in February. She was plunked down means put down in a casual way. And she went there and she was just put in a casual way on the table as a birthday present for her sister Margot. Now students, in this paragraph, Anne Frank has told her about her education. She just said, I started right away at the Montessori nursery school. I stayed there till I was 6, at which time I started in the first form. In the sixth form, my teacher was Mrs. Cupris, the headmistress. At the end of the year, we were both in tears as we said to be heartbreaking farewell. Now she said that she started right away at Montessori school. She started her studies there. She just stayed there till she was 6. And she started in the first form. And in the sixth form, her teacher, Mrs. Cupris, the headmistress, they both become very good friends. And at the end of the year, we miss Anne Frank and her teacher, Cupris. They both in tears because she was going to leave the school. That was a heartbreaking farewell. In the summer of 1941, grandma fell ill and had have an operation. So my birthday passed with little celebration. And what happened in summer 1941? Her grandma, she fell ill and she had undergone an operation. So her birthday was only a little celebration was there on her birthday. And what after that she said that her grandmother died in January 1942. No one knows how often I'll think of her and still love her. This birthday celebration in 1942 was intended to make up for the other, and grandma's candle was lit along with the rest. She said that her grandmother died in 1942 and no one knows about that how she loved her. And a birthday celebration in 1942 was means it was like for the others, and for grandmothers she just lit the candle along with the rest. The four of us are Anne Frank, her sister, and her parents. They were doing well there. And that brings me a present date of 20 June 1942 when she wrote this diary. And Solomon dedication to my diary. Solomon means dignified dedication. She dedicated this to her diary. Students, till now we have done the brief sketch of Anne Frank. Now here you will find the extract from her diary, Kitty. As I told you, she treated her diary as a friend. So look at it, the way she had written. Firstly, she had mentioned that day and date, that is Saturday 20th June 1942. On this day, she had written this extract. Dearest Kitty, it's for her diary. Our entire class is quaking in its boots. Quaking means shaking with fear and nervousness. The reason, of course, is the forthcoming meeting in which the teachers decide who will move up to the next form and who will be kept back. Here she explained about her class. What she said that the entire class, they were full of fear. All were nervous. Reason is that the teachers, they are having the meeting. They are going to decide that who will move up and the next form and whom they are going to keep back in the same class. Half the class is making bet. GN and I laugh ourselves silly at the two boys behind us. She's talking about her friend and herself, that they both were laughing, the silly, at the two boys they were sitting behind them. CN and Jacques, who have staked their entire holidays saving on their bet from morning to night. It's what they were just CN and Jacques they were discussing about, because the entire holiday they just save on their bet only. They were just betting with each other that morning to night, that one is saying that you are going to pass. Next one is saying, no, I'm not. Then he said again, yes, you are. He said, no, I'm not. Even G's pleading glances at and my angry outbursts can't calm them down. And what she has seen that G's, she was just glancing means just hurried look. And my angry outbursts can't calm them. She became also angry, but they have not become calm. If you ask me, there are so many dummies that about a quarter of the class should be kept back. Here, Anne Frank used dummies for the students, those who are not good at studies. She said that in my class, quarter of the class is full of dummies. They should be kept back in the same class. But the teachers are the most unpredictable creatures on earth. She just commented on teachers also, that for her, teachers are the most unpredictable creatures on earth. One can't predict what they are going to do. I'm not so worried about my girlfriends and myself. She said that she was not at all worried about herself and her friends. We'll make it. The only subject I'm not sure about is maths. Anyway, all we can do is wait. Until then, we keep telling each other not to lose heart. She was not at all worried about herself and her friends. The only subject she was not at all sure that was maths. Anyway, she said, we have to wait. Until then, they were consoling to each other that we should not lose heart.